phone on flight mode, isn't it? That's what I do need to do. But anyway, so welcome. You're tuned into the Top Tier Show. This is a podcast show born out of lockdown with the Mandem here, as you can see. Morph here, co-host. We got Fixer, co-host. Hey. We got Ryan as a co-host. I think we should call you RVH though, because that was your name.
I'm happy with RVH, man. Let's do RVH.
RVH in the building. No government name, no nothing. Let's go. We're just going to be chatting absolute whatever, bringing anything to the table. New events. If you've seen it in the post, it's probably real. We don't know. If it's talking about the past, it's things that we've done, so we do know that's facts. And then just anything in between, innit? So that's it. I mean, the first thing, we can start on... Who wants to start, actually? Because we all had topics, and you kind of know mine already because he said this in the group chat.
Go on, why don't you kick it off?
How would you start it? Because I was thinking, what? Yeah, fam. Let's jump straight.
We'll start with a calm one. Also, by the way, I don't want like any shout-outs or anything. Actually, they ain't going to give me a shout-out. I don't even know where I am, innit? But the Magnum wine is quite nice. So if it could ever be a situation where you need to reach out to a couple of people to do some sponsors in there, I wouldn't mind. Do you know what I mean?
That's a proper summertime drink, though, man, that you're having there.
Yeah. It is. It's carnival.
That's a life drink, man.
It's a life drink.
That's facts. That is facts.
Here at Top Tier, we don't have seasons. We've got just life. We talk about life. We talk about events. We talk about what's going on.
That's it, man.
That's it. We make it interesting.
Because we're interesting people.
That's it. But yeah, man, why don't you kick it off then? Kick it off.
Well, I think it's good because we all went to the same school as well. For those that don't know, big up everybody went to the same school who knows who we are. I don't know if you should shout out school. Should we shout out school?
Nah.
Start getting the ops at your house, man. Do you know what I mean? Nah, okay, all right, we'll keep it. But yeah, we all went to the same school, innit? So we've grown up with Ryan's just Spanish, bro. All right. He went into the background, didn't it? Literally 2 seconds. We went to the same school, and I guess now...
Yeah, man. In fact, me and Emil went to the same primary school as well, man.
Yeah, man.
Snap.
Yeah,
that's mad.
That's mad. I know. And before this, we hadn't seen each other for I don't know how long.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Good way to come back, man.
Yeah, come back strong, man.
That's it.
Trust, man, it's crazy. And that's why it's mad that obviously you might see some like parents and that who still ain't friends with like who they grew up with, obviously for various reasons, isn't it? But it's just like, it's one of those things which is like quite lucky, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Still be here chatting, and it's still the same vibes as when you were a kid, just chatting about different shit. That's it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I'll crack on anyway. In terms of what I was going to say, and just ask you guys really, because with everything that's going on in the world right now, like school time for kids now, I do feel for them, but like now is so different to when we were school kids, innit? Do you know what I mean? And we're just busting bare jokes in it. So I just want to kind of just open the table out there and just chat about like, what's your funniest moment like that you remember in school, innit? Like if you could, anyone can go, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot of memories, you know. That's a lot of memories, man.
Trust.
GCSE years, they had a lot of jokes times, man.
Yeah.
I think I guess I've got my story of like what pretty, I wouldn't say too crazy, but I mean it's probably one of the wildest things that I did in school.
Okay.
So
mate.
Spill the beans, mate.
Like that, mate.
Spill the beans, man.
Okay. So it's basically I don't know if you guys remember, we had the software in school that the teachers had to use to monitor everyone's computers. It was called Ranger Remote Control. Do you remember where the teachers used to be able to see each kid's computer screen and control it, show them how to do something?
Yeah.
Ryan, you're looking confused. You don't remember?
Mate, nah. Oh, this is new to me.
Listen, because this is because you had a life in high school. I didn't have a life in high school. So, listen. So, I always wanted to get my hands on this software because you could just fuck with anyone who's on the same network, which is the whole school. So one day we were in science, and our teacher went out, and I knew she had it on her computer. And the only way, because like the kids' computers all had just the because you needed the server and you needed the client, and obviously all the kids' computers had the client, and all the teachers' computers had the server. And I knew you could just drag the files onto a memory stick and run it off of there.
My days, son.
So she went out the room, and bro, listen, this teacher was the worst. She wasn't even a teacher. She was I won't name any names because she might still be at the school. But she used to not teach us. She used to just go out of the room, print off some worksheets, come back and just give them to the kids and get us to do the
what subject was it then?
Science.
Oh mate.
Science.
So she left, and I knew.
Man, I'm trying to think of all the science teachers we had now.
Oh man, I'll tell you after. Yeah. I'll tell you off air. But she I knew like roughly how long it takes for her to go and print off these worksheets. It's because a big class, like 30 people. So I knew, like, bro,
you're plotting for time,
trust me, man.
Yeah,
patterns up.
I was sitting there, I was just
like the exact time, like
I was sitting there knowing like today's the day. Ranger remote control. So she left the room. As soon as she left the room, I got my memory stick out, sat down in front of the class, I just put my memory stick in. The kids were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was just like, "Just shut up, don't distract me." And I went and onto the computer, found all the bits, dragged it onto my memory stick, sat back down with good time, loads of time left, gathered myself. She came back, cool, did the class, everything. And then later that day, I found the power of Ranger remote control. So we spent ages just fucking with the sixth formers and all the older kids, because they used to sit in the common room playing all these like Tetris and stuff on the computers. So I used to take control of their computers, or like still let them play, but like they'll be playing Tetris. So you see the little piece like slowly coming down. And then just before it got to the thing, I pressed like left or something. I just completely fucked their game.
You're a troll. That is a troll.
And it got to the point where like I keep doing it, and they carried on playing. So they thought obviously there must be something wrong with the game, but they carried on playing, and it would just get to the point where I just hold down and just make all the pieces just like rain down. So that's basically how it started. And one day I got a bit too big for my boots, and there was this porn site that we used to be able to access in school called, I don't know if it still exists, it was called bustyblondes.eu.
I think I know the story, innit? I think I know the story.
Oh, yeah, it might. I mean, it was the talk of the town. Do you know what I mean? It was, no. But,
don't call it Ranger for no reason, son.
But yeah, one day the computer I logged onto, like I took control of, happened to be what I didn't know, it was a teacher's computer, and it was hooked up to the big interactive smart.
It was my form, bro.
Was it your form?
Yeah.
You remember this happening?
Yeah. I remember this happening, innit? But I just remember I didn't know who it was at the time. That's what it's like. Until you said the story, then I was like, oh, well,
that's it. Basically, yeah, I know I've been going on for ages, but what happened was...
Was this the... No, go.
Oh, yeah, mate, I mean...
It was that teacher, innit? It was that teacher, you probably think...
The English teacher?
Nah,
not English teacher.
Oh, this is a different story, then.
Was there two situations in the same thing in the school? With the porn site?
She was a French teacher. She was a French teacher. But anyway, I loaded up. I didn't know it was connected to this whiteboard, and I loaded up bustyblondes.eu. And then apparently the whole class just went crazy because it's just showing it to the whole class. And then I opened up a random Word document that was on the desktop because I wanted to be able to communicate with whoever I'm fucking with. So I pulled up a Word document and started typing some bullshit like, "Oh, I am your nightmare, the end of the world, blah blah blah." And then apparently the teacher took this as me trying to delete schoolwork, And
they're trying to pre it, innit? That's what they're trying to do.
Well,
they're like, you basically should never have done that, innit? And they're trying to just pin another thing on you, like, oh, what? You could have stole this information or saps or some shit.
Oh, mate, I'm gonna give a fuck about that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But apparently she ran straight out of the room and went and like started shouting like, we've been hacked. And then like apparently all hell broke loose. And then all that happened from that was I got an hour detention after school on a Friday.
Those were long.
What happened in that detention, because everyone had heard, especially the IT department, had heard about what had happened, and head of IT, in Mr. P, he came over.
Waste man, that guy.
He loved me though, because I was a computer nerd, so he was like, right, well, this kid's obviously
probably trained you, mate.
well, mate, I was sitting in detention in the canteen for the hour detention.
Yeah.
A couple of teachers came up to me and said, "Oh, you should be, think about what you've done." And then
ashamed of yourself, mate.
Well, but this dude, Mr. P, comes over and he asked me if I want to do A-level ICT. I'd be a good...
Mate, he's trying to recruit you. For all you know, he could have been fucking anonymous, mate. Like, who knows? Like, that's how it starts. Wow.
Yeah, man. I mean, I know that was a long one, but I mean, that's probably...
That's good.
I didn't fuck about too much in school, man. I wasn't that much of a fuck about. I used to chat shit in class and stuff, but I never did anything mad. But that's probably the maddest thing I did.
No, 100%, mate. 100%. What about you, Ryan?
Hey, I don't even remember many of my stories like that, man.
I know. We just have bare jokes things in the quiet area, innit? That's where we all kind of like hang around. Like, it's called the quiet area. That's what it was.
It was called the quiet area, but it was far from a quiet area.
Nah, it was.
Dude, like we used to do like roast sessions there, like break and lunch.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Mate, there's a story that people have told me, but I don't remember it. So we're in a quiet area, just chilling here, chatting, roasting each other, and then my guy comes out with this thing. I used to be kind of chubby back then, kind of fat back then. So in my mind, he must have come at me talking about I'm fat or something. And my response, apparently, because I don't even remember this, was like, "Oh, bro, look at you. What are you going to talk about with your 4 teeth?" But the thing is,
who was the guy with the 4 teeth though? I can't remember who that was, but I remember this. Yeah,
but that's the thing. I don't remember that at all, fam. I don't remember that at all. But I've heard like 5 different people tell me about this story, and I'm like, wow, it sounds like something I'd say, but I don't remember saying it. So
it's probably because of like, I guess the amount of times you said something mad in it. Because back then, and we all used to roast each other in it. So
everyone, mate.
Bro, maths lessons. Like, remember?
Can we say these people's names, fam?
I don't know if we can say their names in it. We'll call it, like, I'll say like C in it or something like that, or B. Like,
I know you're going with the fun hands in
it. Because this was in that we had supply teachers, because our maths class was just, let's be honest in it. We got to the point like, it was just like, there's no hope, bruv. Like, there's no hope with us. If we pass our GCSEs,
I passed my.
Me too. But it was like, these teachers were like, we're here, but it's like, if you pass and you know what you're doing, if not, like, it's your last chance, bruv. It? Like, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean?
It was one of them where we would just turn up. I think it was like after lunch most times. We'd just turn up. Last lesson of the day most of the times. Who cares at that point, man?
Yeah.
Just there for the jokes, and then do a little bit of work.
It was just bants, innit? That whole lesson, all the time. Because
you was there.
Yeah.
Me, man, like Bori was there. C as well. There was enough people there, man.
It was like there was the mandarin, and there was the girls as well, wasn't it? There was like, because we all like.
Were you two in the same maths class then?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
jealous,
it was
man. My maths class was dry, man.
But you was in the nerd class. That's what it was, man.
No, I was in set 2. I was like the nice middle ground.
Nerd, mate. Look at this guy,
yeah,
nerd.
I was like plain smooth sailing. What are you talking about?
He was going places, man.
I know. I was gliding through school, man.